Greetings, Ben Murray here with another edition of SaaS Metrics School. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. So today, talking about CAC and allocating CAC. So of course, with customer acquisition costs, that traditionally is associated with new customer acquisition costs. So we have to take all our sales and marketing expenses and allocate them between new and existing so we can put the right expense into our CAC formula. If we don't do this correctly, our CAC number is incorrect. CAC payback is wrong. LTV to CAC is wrong. Our cost of ARR for new and expansion is wrong. So this really can mess up our metrics if we don't have that foundation correct from the beginning by isolating our gross CAC expenses and then doing that allocation between new and existing. So the best way, or the way I like to allocate new versus existing for our sales team, and I think the most objective is if we have sales reps dedicated to new business, sales reps dedicated to expansion business, we take that ratio and allocate sales between new and existing. Marketing, usually we have to talk to our marketing leader to determine that allocation. But sometimes our sales team does both. They're hunters and farmers. We don't distinguish between the two. And oftentimes people tell me, well, should I allocate new versus existing based on my pipeline? So my new opportunity pipeline, my expansion opportunity pipeline, do that allocation. And I think that is wrong. That will skew your numbers because what if we have $1 million in pipeline, 700,000 of new pipeline, 300,000 of existing pipeline? And what if we have this big existing team and they really are not effective at generating pipeline? So there's a mismatch between the resources we have and the pipeline that they're generating, or vice versa. What if we have a really small new business team, but they're generating a majority of the pipeline? They're just really good. We're going to over allocate CAC over to that team if we're going based on the pipeline, new versus existing. So if we don't have sales reps that are dedicated to do that allocation, let's take a step back in our pipeline and look at our lead flow so that those leads that are going to our sales team to qualify, because I think that's a better proxy for where they're spending their time. Because we don't know if they're going to create opportunities yet, but I think that gets more to the dedication factor, where they're spending their time and looking at that lead flow of leads of new versus existing and that lead pipeline and using that ratio then to do the allocation. So I think that's much better than using the actual weighted pipeline. So again, another way would just be then talking to your sales team. Where do you spend your time? Again, that's subjective. It could be a little fuzzy. So again, this is so important to make sure you allocate your CAC expenses correctly between new and existing. Otherwise, in my pillar 5 of my SaaS metrics framework, all of your sales and marketing efficiency metrics are going to be skewed. So quick lesson on this because it comes up quite often. And hope you enjoyed. And if you find value in this content in SaaS Metrics School, I'd love a 5-star rating and review.